everybody's talking before the thing starts, and nobody
Yeah,
really
right. So you always feel lost, like you gotta catch up.
Are we live? I think we are.
Jamie, get the thing on DMT.
Yeah, get the fucking Jamie and DMT. What's going on, people? It is your boy Sophus with Captain Battle and Z-Boy. We're gonna talk about Star Wars because there was a new Star Wars trailer, and I wanted to originally do a video on it, but I was like, man, there's so much I wanted to say, and I realized it wasn't just about the trailer; it's about Star Wars, like in general. Well, how do you guys feel about the state of Star Wars right now?
The state of Star Wars has been fucky ever since he decided to go back and kind of make revisionist Star Wars. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I understand that.
That's where I stand on it. The originals, like, if as far as they stand up, like the framing and the shots and stuff they're all fantastic movies. Some of the actors are like pretty shitty actors, like especially in the first one, dude. Like fucking Luke was horrible in the first movie.
Yo, I'll defend Luke though, because I feel like with Luke, it matched his character. Like he was goofy, you know. Like when he said, "Princess Leia, I came to rescue you." Like it's goofy, but it matches his personality.
Yeah, it was.
No, I don't mean that. I mean like the scene where he literally walks in on his like dead roasting family, you know, and it's like he has such a two-dimensional way of expressing it, and it's because he's new. He's a young kid, and you know what I mean. And it's really great to watch. Yeah. And that's another part of the original trilogy. You watch all these actors like really grow as actors, as performers, as thespians, and you get to, you know, and it improves the experience for you because you feel like you've grown with the characters.
Well, since we're speaking on Luke, episodes 4, 5, and 6 are the original trilogy. I guess, what do you guys overall opinions on this so far? And I guess if I was to say mine, I like A New Hope as a film. I wouldn't jump to watch it again, but if it was on, I wouldn't like decline watching it. I like Empire Strikes Back. It's one of my favorite movies ever. I almost hate Return of the Jedi, and it was solely for like the back half of the movie.
Because Ewoks.
Ewoks, yeah.
Dude, I fucking love Ewoks. Are you out of your mind? I wanted like 6 of them bitches just to roll with me, because that's enough.
Well, that's I guess 4, 5, or 6. How do you feel about them, Bella?
Oh no, I'll let Z-Boy go. He looks like he's like ready. He's got like that pouncing stance.
4 and 6, that was New Hope, and that was the Return of the Jedi, right? The first 2 ones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. About Luke's character,
and don't forget Empire.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta agree. Like, I was arguing about that in a VC call. Was it VC? I think it was in Freedom State, and basically I was saying like, yeah, that was kind of lame. Like, like this man Luke got over his parents' death in like 2 seconds. There's nothing here for me anymore. I was like, what? Like I okay. So for originally, like a lot of people, of course I knew what Star Wars was, but I never really like watched it from the very beginning until like. No, I did now, but at that point in time, I didn't watch it from the very beginning to the end. And then I was like, I didn't even know his parents had died, because he never has anything like on it. You know, he never like has a moment where it's like, I'm just thinking about my parents or something. You know, it's just like he gets over it, you know, in 2 seconds. But
it does seem lost in how they never bring it up again.
Yeah, I think the movies are fine. They're good for what they are. They're supposed to be like a fun, science fiction adventure. I think for the time, because I think like a lot of the stuff was like handmade, so yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, that's pretty amazing, and yeah, man, yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good for what it was at the time.
Okay.
For me, yeah. I let him go. For me, I'm a bit older than y'all. You know what I mean? So like. I was old enough to have differing opinions before the prequels came out. You know what I mean?
Right.
That makes sense. Like I was just, I'm like 10 years older than you guys now.
There was no prequels to compare it to the original.
Exactly. And the original was, I always liked it. It's a fun movie. Like he said, everything is there to be enjoyed and it's great. But the beginning line is what makes it so perfect, because it instantly takes you away, and anything they want to happen can happen. It's a long time ago in a galaxy far away. They transpond time and space instantly in the first second, You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
line is so iconic because it immediately separates itself from anything we could possibly imagine because it's time and space. And it's beautifully executed in a lot of really good ways. The universe is so deep. Some of the characters are so detailed. I've played fucking Star Wars tabletop games, so like I know they got deep information on some of these things, and it's insane when you think about it. And then you think about this, and there's all these other stories that could be told in this universe, but it all focuses on this one religion. You know what I mean? So it gets for me, that's like you could do more.
We'll get into that.
I mean, like I said, they're there to be enjoyed, and they're easy to be enjoyed because they have that immediate sense of like cognitive dissonance. Like you don't need to worry about the world right now. We're like a long time ago in a galaxy far away.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Like whenever I watch a Star Wars film, regardless of the ones I don't really even like that much, I'm like I'm still just like visually and just so connected and invested into the movie. You kind of just get sucked into it.
Yeah, even if you don't like it.
Right. Even with going into the prequels, then episodes 1, 2, and 3, I honestly don't really mind episode 1. I just feel like if you just like remove like the Jar Jar scenes, like whatever, it's a fine movie.
What you got against Jar Jar? He's a okay. Yeah.
That's episode 2. I almost hate that movie, but not even like as a movie because it's fine. I just need to remove every scene involving Anakin and Padme, and then I can enjoy it a lot more. Episode 3 is one of my favorite.
Wrong. Okay, you know what? This is about time. Z-Boy, hit your Anakin rant.
Man, Anakin.
I'm ready. I'll mute myself.
Yeah, I'll mute myself. I'm gonna go on this Anakin rant.
The fucking actor is garbage. Oh my god, the storyline is garbage. You telling me this chick was with you as a kid and you fall in love with her? That love story is garbage. Bro, the way he went evil is garbage. God. Anakin, bro. He was like a emo angsty teen. Like people hate on Sasuke for that, but Sasuke is low key compared to him, bro. Like he was horrible, man. Like he was the chosen one. Like what kind of freaking chosen one was he? He was not a chosen one.
Actually, okay, just because I'm kind of a stickler for this, because everybody kind of could have chosen. He was chosen to do something, and that he served that purpose. Just because it ain't pretty, just because it's not the way I would do it, just because it's blah blah blah, doesn't mean he didn't do the thing that he was destined to do. He served the purpose that he was chosen for. That's an irrefutable fact.
He went to the dark side. He went to the dark side. He went to the dark side to save his love, to save his girl.
Oh wait,
the next thing he tried to kill her.
Let's talk about the misinterpretation of what Anakin was supposed to do. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. He was supposed to bring balance to the Force. Listen, the Force doesn't play favorites. It doesn't particularly like the light side or the dark side. The Jedi Council is just some religious interpretation of the light side of the Force. There were hundreds, councils of course, various planets of Jedi and 2 Sith. That's not balance. Anakin did exactly what he was supposed to do. He's supposed to come and wipe out all the Jedi because just because you're the light side, there needs to be light and dark. If you overpower the dark too much, then the light needs to go away. And then the exact opposite happened. Luke came to rebalance the Force because like, okay, wait, there's like no light side left. Let's go fix that a little bit. And then
I want to say, what was it? Revan, one of the first like true Sith masters, Plagueis, actually. Anyway, he actually set this in motion, and because he had an inkling that this is how the Force operated. Like he thousands of years ago, when the Sith first started, and they had the one teacher, one student rule, it was because he foresaw this happening. Essentially, he had like a Force mind brain fuck, saw like what needed to happen in order for like shit to actually be balanced and for the dark side to take over, and he fucking made it happen. He played the slow game and put all the work in. Like some of these fucking Sith Lords are the most devious things you'll ever consider. Like it's insane.
That's interesting. Hold on, 1 second.
Yeah, I heard
anyone else feel like the Jedi were like not as good as they try to make themselves out to be. Like, I'm not even talking about power. I'm talking about like morality in their actions.
Because there are people with opinions who worship an ancient religion.
Yeah, I get it. Like, I get it. Anger and love and stuff is like it leads to the dark side. But at the same time, so he's not supposed to be afraid of his mother's death just because it can lead him to the dark side. Like, that's just a normal human emotion. It's kind of like the Jedi felt like a cult to me. But
well, when I get back over there, I'll bring that point. Give me 1 second. I'll be right there. So no, Zebo, you're 100% right. Look, like I was saying, the Jedi Order isn't the light side of the Force. It's a religion's interpretation of the light side of the Force. It's basically one guy forever ago got connected with the Force. He's like, oh, if it lets me do this, I can do this. And then he starts writing a fucking book about it. And that's what happened. Like, so essentially, but what you're saying is right. It was very cold. Like, it wasn't the way to live. It was a way to live. And they assumed that it was. That caused the Jedi Order to get wiped out. That's why in episode 8, I wasn't completely upset when it was like, when Luke was saying this religion probably should die off. Because that religion, like I said, isn't the Force. It's just one interpretation of it. And it, like you said, it doesn't allow for love. It doesn't allow for anger and stuff. And maybe that's not the right way to go about it. So that aspect of episode 8, I'm not that offended by. Speaking of episode
8, age-old tropes of cutting yourself off from the world you're supposed to protect.
Well, speaking of episode 8, though, how do you guys feel about episode 8?
I thought the whole mind connection between Ren and What's Her Nuts was a little wonky, if I'm being honest.
I thought it was artistic. I liked it. I like looking at it.
No, visually, like the visual expression of it was absolutely gorgeous. Like, I really liked the way they did it. It's just like the functionality and the reasoning is like just the wonky part.
Yeah, I feel like what you're saying about that, Valen, is I feel like is what the writers were kind of trying to do a little bit is like almost like they were trying to push like ship tease a little bit with them. Like I feel like that's the case. But yeah, like I said before stream, I didn't like how Luke's character, like he's supposed to be like what is called an ideal hero, and that's basically like kind of like a Superman type character. They're supposed to stay to their ideas.
Yeah, like Luffy.
Yeah. But instead, he went from Luffy to like Batman. And
he really did. He's like, I was gonna kill him in his sleep, but then I kind of didn't. But I was gonna. Like,
well,
what happened to you?
That was the original opinion I had of that scene. But rethinking about it, it kind of. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but. Like I said, the Jedi religion was fucking crazy. Like I said, it doesn't even allow for like love or anger or anything like that, or fear. Yeah. So if you're forced to live in such a rigid way, and you see like the second coming of the shit that wiped out, basically,
right?
She thought it was. You know, I could understand for him but the thing I appreciate about that scene is I could understand Luke for a second wavering, but it's the fact that he didn't go through with it.
Exactly. Like you get over it. He was upset for like 30-something years, right? Like he was in his own little ball of like pain and suffering for 30-something years. You're Luke Skywalker. You believe in your father even when no one else did. So it was like almost like they was trying to push for Rey. You know, they was trying to downplay Luke as like a person or how heroic he is to like up Rey.
I'll speak on my one problem. Okay, so I will say this. As episode 8 as a film, I don't think it's a terrible film like everybody else does. My problem with it is those 25 minutes of the movie that revolves around Finn and Rose, where they go to this planet to look for this hacker, that plot line that leads up to nothing. Yeah, I can do without it. But as far as the film goes, like the Rey and Kylo stuff and the Luke stuff, I don't hate it, but I thought the movie was going to build up for like this dramatic twist that never happened in Star Wars before, where Rey was going to the dark side, and I was like, she kind of would convince her to go with him. I'm like, holy shit, that's some crazy shit. And then you'd be like, what's gonna happen in episode 9? You know, maybe Kylo can go back to the light and then Rey's the big villain, and it'll be cool. But no, I mean, and then like I felt like they would give us so much setup for no reason because Luke was like, remember that one part where she felt the Force well, and she went to the dark side of the Force world like almost immediately because he was so intoxicated by the power. Luke was like, "You didn't even try to run away from it." I was like, "Well, does it mean like maybe she's meant for the dark side, but nope, she's still pure-hearted and she's Rey and she's gonna be good?" I'm like, what was the point of showing her conflict with the dark side of the Force even a little bit if she wasn't gonna do it?
Well, it's because the idea, and this is actually what I was gonna say about the Luke thing. After watching it, after watching it, my initial reaction, and then the one I thought was the idea is that now that he's more open to the idea of a Force as a concept and less of a structured religion, he's all the more taunted by the dark side of the Force simply by accepting that it's just a part of it in general. So that could be that manifesting, because the dark side is a subtle little fucking thing like that. It's
because the religious mindset would create sort of a structure to where he's like, no, dark side bad, as opposed to you think it was like, oh, well, this is just the Force. He's like, oh, well, dark side is a thing.
Yeah, so it's like, and his perception of it being negative and stuff, and I believe that influenced him because it's him fighting. The whole thing is him really fighting the dark side of the Force from the middle, not from the light. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can get behind it.
So it's, if you really think about it, a lot of it is him coming to terms with the fact that not only is he not the hero of the paragon of the Force that he was, but he's being slapped in the face with somebody who is. And the fact that he's just not the person he wanted to be at this part in his life because of the various things that happen and blah blah blah. And the taunting of the dark side and his like, I could have killed Kylo and didn't, you know, that was real. That was him understanding that the dark side is an ever-present thing, which helped influence his more negative behaviors in that, because once he took a sip, you know what I mean? He had the weapon, he was standing there, he took that sip, and once it's in you, it's in you. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of how that shit works. It's just gonna be a little bit.
So, wait, Z-Boy, you talk about episode 8, right?
Yeah, I mean,
you got more to say, or?
I mean, not really.
I was gonna see how you guys felt about episode 7, Force Awakens, like, or not even that. In 2016, when it's been like a decade and some years, when they say, "Hey, there's a new Star Wars movie," how did you guys feel?
I'm nervous, just straight up nervous. Like that. Like, I was in theaters like day one, first showing, midnight. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, I've been like, I like Star Wars. I'm a deep casual, is what I call it. Like,
right.
And I was just worried about what they were going to do, and they did a lot of stuff that was really good. And people kind of forget what's in line with the spirit of the original movies, and kind of focus on more of the visuals, more of the visual cues, I guess.
You know what? And that's I call that like the Final Fantasy effect, where as opposed to, a lot of people tell you, man, one of my favorite games is Final Fantasy VII. Well, that game looks and plays like shit. But if you look at the newer Final Fantasy games, they're like some of the prettiest games ever made, and some of them are good. Not all of them are great, but
they lack the heart that any of the older ones have. Yeah,
but they look amazing. And
it's really after 10, in my opinion.
I mean, as a cinematic experience, Star Wars lately, it's, oh my god,
oh yeah. It's as a cinematic, as an expansion of the universe, you get to see so much more in such better detail.
Yeah, the quality is incredible. I mean,
7 being Z-Boy, how did you feel about it when you first heard it was a thing? Like, how did you feel about it?
I mean, the thing is, when that happened, I was like, oh shoot, I gotta go watch the originals from the beginning to the end, because until then, I never really watched the originals from the beginning to the end. But I was like, oh yeah, this is exciting. I'm actually kind of excited for the movie, and I watched the movie. I actually really liked episode 7, because I mean, it was the same dang pretty much. It was good. I feel like they did it good. I liked Finn's character in episode 7. I kind of like the underdog character. I liked where his character development was going. I just thought it was cool, like the quality of the film, the way it looked, and just Finn as a character, and Han Solo showed up. I thought it was interesting. I was like, then they might expand the universe too, even more. that wasn't all the way expanded in the original. So
I
I
like
actually like.
that because unlike any other Star Wars movie before it, even with Episode 8 and Rogue One, I would say it still hasn't done this again from start to finish. Like from the second that movie plot picked up when Finn and Rey meet each other, it literally never stopped. It was like guns and chasing, and now we're going to this planet and more guns and shit's exploding and more guns and but it didn't do that in just an overbloated. Oh, here's just an action movie. All along the way, it was a lot of character and a lot in between. And it was like, man, this is why I like Star Wars. Kind of like, and now it's super pretty, right? But I guess with the ending of Episode 7, I don't get how this. There's a lot Rey did in Episode 7 I don't like. I'm gonna be straight up. Nice. There's a lot of Rey stuff with her wizard, her mastery of the Force in so little time. I was like, wow, this is.
Well, see, now that's if that's explained the way people are saying it's explained with the that laugh at the end of the new trailer that she's somehow like the daughter.
Okay.
Sidious.
Well, I hate to be so nitpicky about this because it's just
I
a
don't
movie.
feel it's an ass pulled if you ask me.
No, like I hate to get so nitpicky because I get it. Like as a movie, they're trying to get the point across that like she's discovering she has the Force power, but like when they did that, they didn't really get how the Force works because like it was to the point when it got to me when she Jedi mind tricked the Stormtrooper. I was like, okay, that's a Jedi mind trick. You literally have to be taught how to do that. You know what I mean? Like
it's not one of the passive abilities. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, and she's just doing it. And I was like, that's not how the Force works. And then we go to the point where the movie tends to just like that. That's not how the Force works. And the movie just ignores one point to like you can't even use a lightsaber. At least, okay, if you look at the comic books and stuff, it's extended lore, but they explain how you can't really even use a lightsaber unless you have the Force because it's the only way you'll be perceptive and attuned enough to not slice off your limbs by twirling it around and doing front flips and stuff.
Yeah.
Even on top, so I don't get how Finn ever picked up a lightsaber with that being what it is. And even on top of that, how the heck did a girl who was hit the Force and not like she was literally untrained in every sense of the world and she beat the Knight of Ren. And so yeah, I know he got shot. I know he got shot. I get it. Like I get what happened. I get why her victory is acceptable. But when she beat
it's less acceptable because he was hurt. The more Sith gets hurt, the more dangerous and powerful they become. That's an absolute fact. That's one of the reasons he kept hitting himself.
Here's the problem is the villain of Episode 7, Kylo Ren, and like episode he was the main villain in that movie. He was infatuated with the protagonist, so she was never in genuine danger with him.
All right, that's fair. That's pretty fair.
Yo,
Finn should have died, straight up and down. Sorry to say it, like
Finn should have died.
Kylo should have straight murdered Finn. Like, there's neither one of them should have really had the ability to wherewithal to use a lightsaber of that skill. It's literally weightless. People cut themselves in pieces trying to learn this. That's why all the other ones that use this kind of technology have it in a very limited way, or like at a fucking arm's length,
or just
you know what I mean?
Blade or something like that. Yeah. They don't have the whole blade be the lightsaber because you can literally slice yourself in half with it effortlessly.
Mm-hmm. Like what the dagger that dude used in what the hell was it? The Solo movie.
Yeah.
Like, exactly like that.
Yeah. But which was cool. I did like that. The Solo. We'll talk about Solo too. I want to talk about Rogue One first, but just as far as Episode 7 goes, look, I don't dislike Rey as a character. That was the dumbest victory in Star Wars history, and I was like, oh, she shouldn't have beat this guy. And I'm like, I get she's not in actual danger because, like, since the start of the movie, Kylo he could have killed her so easily, but he was like, oh no, come join me for whatever reason. But that's just the plot. But it just annoyed me, man, with her.
He has some weird lust going on with her. Like
I swear to God, if they're like brother and sister somehow, like Luke and Leia, I'm gonna shit a brick.
Here's the thing, like I said, if it would have got to the point when Episode 8, they would have took that leap and had Rey go with Kylo, I would have been all for that. I'd be like, fine, at least his fawning over her paid off. But
yeah, that was weird, man. I was like, I hated that scene.
The Mandalorian too.
I hated that scene when he took off his mask, man, because it took away his threat level, and it was like, oh, Rey. Oh, you're so beautiful. Touching her face and stuff. It was like, it was lame. It was like, nah, I'm not feeling this. He took it off, and it took away his threat level. He's like, nah, he's just some Darth Vader fanboy. Like, nah,
I hear
nah.
that. How do you guys like Kylo Ren in comparison to Darth Vader?
Darth Vader is cooler, of course. I feel like Kylo Ren is a good character, but at the same time, I don't like him. If that makes sense.
I totally understand
that. See, I like Kylo for a weird reason. I like Kylo because the second, like, I've always had the same theory, and I don't think it's wrong or right, but I was technically right, I guess, now that I think about it. But the second I saw him, I was like, oh, the way he worships that helmet, he's obviously going to kill this Snoke dude. Like, it didn't happen the way I thought, where it was going to be some grand thing 2 movies later. But, like, it was obvious from that point that he was going to do that. You know what I mean? And I don't know, just he's Vader light, I like him better than Anakin.
Definitely 100,000%.
I actually don't hate Anakin, but I totally get why people look, man. The boy don't got a dad. His mama got killed by bandits, and then he killed his wife. I get why he the execution wasn't the best, but I get it.
Oh no,
he never believed in me.
His acting ability, like. All of what you said does not denote the fact that this dude acts like a cardboard cutout of himself.
He was such a crybaby.
One of my favorite scenes in episode 2 is that scene when he slaughtered the bandits for killing his mom. I was like,
oh yeah.
All right, I like that. I mean, I felt it. I believed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That was one of like the 3 scenes where I felt like, yeah, okay, he did something there. Good job. There was that, and when he had his legs cut off and he was still crawling towards Obi-Wan. Those are like the 2 scenes where I felt like he actually put the real effort in.
Yeah. Oh, I do like that one scene when as soon as he gets told that he's gonna be a dad, like at that point when he was acting, like his reaction, I was like, yeah, I believe that's somebody who just got told they're about to be a dad. You know what I mean? So he had his moments.
They're just few and far between.
And this is a new concept, but these side stories, Rogue One and Solo, you guys seen them, right?
Yes.
How do we feel about Rogue One?
Rogue One was a fun movie. That's really what it was supposed to be.
You know what sucks about Rogue One? Nothing sucks about it. It's a great movie. I like it. But I went into Rogue One knowing everybody was going to die, thinking it's just I won't even give a shit. Right? It's gonna be a throwaway movie. Everybody's gonna die. This is so dumb. What's the point of this movie? And I watched the movie, and then everybody's dying. I'm like, no, wait, like let's
they give you that intellectual emotional disconnect, and they did a good job of it.
Because like
you know are gonna die so much that you forget they're about to die.
Mm-hmm. It's like even with knowing everybody's gonna die, you would think you'd be like, oh, okay. It's like reading a manga and then watching something to get an anime. You might be less impacted by it because you already know what's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. But like, or just not even. I guess not that example, but just knowing because it's like. Oh, yeah, this movie was about the people that got the plans to the Death Star. Okay, well, I never knew what their names were, so they all died. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, yeah. But still, it still got you towards the end, man. I like the movie. You think it's weird making a movie where you know every character's going to die in the end?
No.
I think that makes it more fun.
Isn't that 13 Reasons Why?
I still haven't seen that. I got no interest.
It's about people.
Yeah, I heard. I'm like, yeah, I'm not about that life.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm really not.
Oh, I love Solo. Like people hated it because they wanted. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I'm about to say I just don't hate Solo. But I get the argument that it doesn't need to exist.
Oh no, it's a huge cash grab, but it's a fun movie. Like it's a fun like sci-fi heist movie, and that's all it ever needed to be for me. Like this dude was never gonna be Harrison Ford, straight up and down. You know what I mean? Hell, Donald Glover isn't even Billy D. Williams. He's damn close though. He's good as hell, but he's still not quite Billy D. And that's just how it is, and that's how it's forever gonna be. There's nothing they can do about it. You know what I mean? But they used the characters well. You know what I mean? They kept within the lore. They did everything.
Darth Maul there.
What?
Darth Maul. Why the hell was he there? I still want to know.
Okay, that Darth Maul ran a huge syndicate, like many of them, as a matter of fact, as like essentially, what's his nuts right hand. Like he was involved in a lot of shit. Like you don't realize how many fingers.
Star Wars Rebels timeline and stuff, right?
Getting more. No.
I haven't seen Clone Wars and I haven't seen Rebels, but I do want to look at them because people tell me I should look at Clone Wars and look at Rebels because they're great series.
Yeah, I actually haven't.
Yeah, the cartoons. Yeah, the cartoons. The cartoons are great.
Oh,
oh yeah. His name is Roscoe.
You got a Toto. I don't.
Roscoe.
Scottish Terrier, right?
No, he's a Norwich.
Norwich. I don't know, but he's adorable.
Yeah.
Sorry, I love dogs. I'll derail this whole bitch. I apologize.
Yeah, what was I saying?
Zebo, how did you feel about Rogue One and Solo?
Oh, I never watched Solo, but Rogue One, it was cool because it was like a more clinical depiction of like Star Wars, and also I like how the military feel of it. I didn't really care for the characters, but it was cool though. It was cool because of that.
But that was one thing with the characters. It was either going to be a hit or miss for you because they're all going to die. Right? So I was like, it's going to be a hit or miss. It's like, but I think they stuck the landing. I do like Jen. I thought she was a good protagonist. I really did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do. And she's busted as hell in Battlefront when I was still playing it. I mean, all in all, like, what do you guys expect out of episode 9? Or at least, what are you hoping for?
Honestly, I already know what we're gonna get in episode 9. We're gonna get the third fucking the third fucking Lord of the Rings movie, where it's a big giant battle, big giant conclusion, moderate, nice ending. Like it's gonna be very action packed. Like it's gonna make Michael Bay jizz in his pants. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be a spectacle, and it's gonna be a grand finale to. Okay, if it isn't a grand finale to one of the greatest movie franchises in the history of cinema, then they done fucked up.
Yeah. Z-Boy, episode 9. What you expecting?
I just want to talk about the cartoons real quick. Y'all gotta go watch. Y'all gotta go watch Clone Wars, man. The animation, the story, the music, the characters, top tier. But I mean. Well, what I expect from the number 9 movie, I just think it's just gonna be like a big battle in space. Kylo Ren's probably gonna have a Forest Hill face turn, and yeah, it's just gonna be like a ending. Everybody's happy. Maybe one character, maybe one important character dies. Maybe not. Probably gonna be a forced love with Finn and that girl, and she's probably gonna die. She's probably gonna die or something.
To die. I know that's fucked up.
So yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be cool action wise, but I think if you think too critically about it, it's gonna be like, you know.
Yeah, because if you think about episode 8, like as far as the plot goes, there's a lot of points when that movie where you just start picking it apart. You're like, well, that doesn't make a lot of sense now, does it? Oh man. Oh god. I do gotta watch Clone Wars though. I heard it's great.
Yeah, same here. I've heard good things. I've done other things other than that. That's really what it comes down to.
That's pretty much what it comes down to. Yeah, exactly. Man, so I guess as far as this, because they said, it's gonna be Star Wars is gonna be gone for a while, which is gonna.
No, it's not.
Another 10 years.
No. Sorry, Star Wars is not gone for a while. Star Wars is just switching gears, baby. The Mandalorian's coming to the fucking Disney Plus thing, man. They finally have a live action TV show based around some of the most badass military men in the entire fucking universe. Like the Mandalorians, like there's a reason that dude was used as the base for all the clones, because the Mandalorians are some of the most sought after, genetically gifted, murder-minded, Saiyan-esque motherfuckers you'll ever meet. Like,
Well, that's what I mean. Well,
it's gonna be.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, when I mean about Star Wars taking a break, I mean I'm pretty sure they're probably going to still do like those movies that say a Star Wars story and etc. And like this live action series. But as far as like, I believe they said as far as main title movies going, it's gonna be a while before we do it.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. That's what I said. They're shifting gears. They're going from movies right down to TV, and it's gonna be. Oh, I really feel like it's gonna be glorious. I don't know why. But I feel like Disney doing Mandalorian with their, I mean, they have more like visceral things that they put out now. They have to do, Marvel movies. They have to do violence now. It's not just Aladdin and Lion King. So this is their chance to really step into a particular foray that I think they'll do really well in if they execute it properly. Because they're not going to show people getting their faces blasted off and their intestines falling out. We still got to remember this is Disney. End of the day, Disney. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Period.
Even though the First Order blew up planets, like
yeah, but they didn't show the people dying on the planet. They just showed the planet getting blown up. It was a planet. Yeah, it was a genocide. You watched that whole thing happen.
Yeah, everything. Planets. It was they shot 6 planets at once.
Yeah, they murdered a lot.
Yeah, man.
That's a lot of people.
That's
Yeah,
hundreds of
That's
millions.
a lot of
Probably
that's
dozens
a
of
lot of
billions
people
at
dying.
minimum.
Yeah, minimum. The Force Order was nuts. They shot six stars with a giant fucking star cannon. Fuck you thing. Isn't that crazy?
Every Star Wars movie, it's like always, oh man, the Empire has a weapon that can blow up a planet. Oh, now they have a weapon that can blow up a planet from really far away. Oh, now they have a weapon that can blow up multiple planets from really far away. And it's like, well, fuck, man. This is like, that's what you got to fight against in terms of war. And one of this has been going on for centuries.
Yeah, you gotta deal with people who are like, oh, so you don't want to join us? Okay, no, that's cool. Boop, beep, boop. No, don't worry about the buttons. Don't worry about the buttons. Boop, beep, beep. Oh, no, you want to join us now? All right, I guess I can. Beep, 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 beep. You're fine. You know what I mean? Like, when you're actively like, we'll destroy all life on your planet. No big deal.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. The fucking First Order isn't even like the
Yoda movie.
You know what I mean? Or before the First Order was the Empire. Before the Empire was the fucking the droid syndicate. It was like the dark side of the forces. I was going to occupy a new form every time you defeat the last one.
Well,
and that's what the light side
was the droid syndicate. But like I said, like whatchamacallit, Sidious used Maul in various ways as part of his underground stuff, like for gun running and like smuggling and da. And that stuff led into them being the droid producers, which like this was all such a great plan by him to create a situation where he was almost useful to the entire galaxy for one reason or another. And you know what I mean? And played both ends against the middle.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah, dude! Like the Sith, for how dope and how wise we all love Yoda and stuff, because he's one of my favorites. I'm not talking shit; he's dope, but they don't have the amount of, I swear to God, insidious foresight that these Sith masters have. They just don't, or else like they might have done something about Order 66. I'm just saying.
Yeah, most certainly. Fucking man, I guess as far as Star Wars as a whole goes, it's still my favorite franchise. I don't know how you guys feel about the franchise. I know people like their Harry Potters and the Lord of the Rings, but I've always been like the Star Wars kind, because it's wizards in space with laser swords.
Yeah, that's pretty much that's accurate. Wizards in space with laser swords.
It's wizards in space with laser swords. But I've said about all I wanted to say. It was good to have like a little discussion. God, you guys would be down for like a post-movie discussion after episode 9 comes out?
I don't know when I'll be able to watch it, but yeah, sure. After I watch it,
Oh yeah, I got a question real quick. Y'all think it's better that if Star Wars stays on like the idealism scale?
The what?
Like it stays idealistic.
Oh, instead of like breaking down and becoming something darker?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm all
no,
for it being idealistic. I'm super about it.
yeah. I think it's supposed to be that way. Like, there's certain things you watch for the idealism or the heroism, or like it's like Captain America. Like if that was a real dude, you know, I mean, this dude is so cheesy, but like it's because he's not real and he could stand for that stuff. You'd be like, man, Captain America's like really cool. You know what I'm saying? So,
in real life, he'd be like, "All right, it's a bit much. Calm down, okay?" You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, hell yeah, I'll be up for another Star Wars discussion. Like I said, deep casual. I really like it, but like I don't love it like a lot, but I know a lot about. Deep casual. I don't know how else to put it.
I fucking love it, dude. Wizards and Space are how do you guys I guess Luke and Han are dead. How do you guys feel about that?
I'm more upset about Han than Luke.
Yeah, me too.
I was there before anybody had a chance to spoil it for anybody, because like I swear to God, I saw the movie and I came home and it was all over Facebook. You know what I mean? Like I was like, people are fucking assholes. And
that's the thing. That's the thing about social media, bro.
Like me and my wife were there, and I was like, "No, this is Papa."
People are assholes, dude. Like I gotta stay the fuck off of the internet around Thursdays and Fridays and shit when these chapters come out. So I'm like, well, people ain't gonna want to let me just read the fucking chapter first. You know, they're gonna try to spoil me.
I'm gonna start sending you pictures just to spoil you. Then,
not really. You know, yeah, that's the thing about social media, because that's crazy. I can't even imagine first seeing I Am Your Father in theaters. Like that'd be crazy.
Wow, yeah, could you imagine being in there? No, look, I am your father. You'd be like, nah. You'll be right there with him. You'll be. Oh man, no, this was cool though. This was fun. I have to go eat though, because you guys heard what I was struggling before cooking. But no, thank you guys for coming through, man. This is freaking cool. In a minute, I'm about to do I got to get in touch with the client and see what he's doing, but I'm gonna do a stream about the latest chapter One Piece that happened this weekend. You guys wanted to come around for it?
Maybe I might come in late if I, you know what I mean. Send the link, but like it's my son's bedtime. We gotta clean up. Like I said, but I got a mother-in-law coming in like 5 days, so I gotta spick and span the whole house.
He got all those adult problems, people. This is what happens when you commit yourself to being responsible. But no, thank you guys all for coming through, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for everybody for watching the stream. It's your boy, Sophus. I'll hide you. Take it easy, guys.